Hello and welcome to Puddle Glum's Music Collection. Today we're going to talk about some records I got in 2025, some bands that put out new albums or new bands that put out albums in 2025. I think I got 5 or 6 here I'm going to talk about. Some of them have been talked about on other stuff, and I haven't seen some of them on some other end-of-year videos, so I'm going to put those out here too. So a lot of stuff came out in 2025. There's a lot of other stuff I like. Spock's Beard, some other stuff that came out I really like that I haven't gotten yet, that I'm waiting for. So I'm just going to go over some stuff that I have right now that have come out in 2025. They're not in any order. I like them all equal, probably. So I'm just going to start out. I'm going to grab one and start out with this. The first one I'm going to start out is with the new Doobie Brothers album, Walk This Road. You can see it right there. New Doobie Brothers. The Doobie Brothers... this is the one that Michael McDonald has come back on. So we've got Michael McDonald. And of course we got Tom Johnston is back. Patrick Simmons is back. And McAfee, he's back. McPhee. We got a lot of other guys playing on here. That's John McPhee. We got a lot of other guys playing on here. We've got Mick Fleetwood plays some drums on here on 1 or 2 songs, I think. We got Mavis Staples, gospel singer. She sings on a song. But we got a lot of other, credits on here for different players that are good. But basically, the Doobie Brothers that have been having their 3 guys, and then now with... Michael McDonald is back, so it's pretty good. I like it a lot. I think it's the best album they've done in years. I like the gospel feel on some of it. I like the, back to the roots feel on a lot of it, and great lyrics. A very positive album, and I don't know. I really liked it a lot. I think it's the best thing they've done in a long time. So if you think of it and you haven't listened to the new Doobie Brothers album, Walk This Road, you should probably listen to it, see what you think about it. The vinyl sounds pretty good. It's kind of a clear blue aqua thing there. I don't know. But it's a really good album. One of my favorites of 2025. So that's the Doobie Brothers. The next one I'm going to show you that I haven't seen a lot about is the new Joe Bonamassa. Puts out a lot of material. Probably didn't get talked about a lot because he just chunks out the albums, a live album and a studio album and a live album, and does a lot of work. He's a very busy guy. But this is the latest Joe Bonamassa breakthrough. And, I don't think Joe Bonamassa has done a bad album in years. He just does good albums. They're blues-based. Some are more rock and roll blues based. Some are like a little more laid back songs. Some are a little more pop blues, But everything's good on this album. This is probably going to be the last album with Reese Winans, who was the keyboardist for Stevie Ray Vaughan for years, and then he's been with Joe Bonamassa for a long time. But I think he's retiring. This might be the last album with him. That's a cool vinyl there. It's kind of a blue smoky in there. So that's awesome. So yeah, if you want to listen to the new Joe Bonamassa, it's very similar to his other albums, but I always feel like he has a little different feel with each album, even though it's blues based. I thought it was a very good album. You got, like I said, Reese Winans, probably one of his last albums. He's going to be doing with it, and not his last. I noticed drums on here with, I think Lamar Carter, but then also Greg Morrow plays on some songs on here, which is interesting because Greg Morrow, I listened to for years as a drummer for DeGarmo and Key. When I would go see them live, DeGarmo and Key Band, which is a Christian rock band, and then he's also played with ZZ Top. He's actually played on some ZZ Top albums in the 90s, uncredited, because their drummer, was unhealthy or whatever was happening. So he actually plays on some of those mid-90s albums that weren't real popular with ZZ Top, even though I like him. So Greg Morrow plays on a couple drums on that. So that's the other one. So I got Doobie Brothers, Walk This Road, Joe Bonamassa, Breakthrough. Some good stuff there. The other one was Overview by Steven Wilson. This has been mentioned a lot of times this year. You know, I wasn't sure what to think about this. I love Porcupine Tree, a lot of Steven Wilson stuff I could live with or without. This is very ambient, but it's very good. I got used to it. I didn't like it at first, and like second and third listen, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this is Steven Wilson Overview concept album. I mean, he's a great producer. So I really enjoyed this. I'm liking it more and more. You know, just gonna have patience to sit and listen to it all and concentrate on it. It's not an album just to throw on and do. You got to really concentrate on what's going on. My next one is Cosmic Cathedral. This is one of my favorite albums of the year, Cosmic Cathedral. So this, of course, has Neil Morris, Phil Keaggy, one of my favorite guitar players, Byron House, which is the bass player for a ton of different stuff. I guess he's most known for some country acts, but he's a very good bass player. And then we got Chester Thompson from Genesis, Frank Zappa, and a ton of other stuff. And of course, his great solo career. One of the best drummers out there. I feel that his drums on this just give it a different feel. It's like, you know, Neil Morris, everybody complains that, oh, his stuff is all the same. Every band he does, it's just Neil Morris stuff. To me, this album's completely different. Other people are like, oh yeah, it's more Neil Morris. Maybe parts of it. But I feel like Chester Thompson and Phil Keaggy and Byron, they just give a different feel. There's some songs on here that are more jazz pop, like Steely Dan. And the drums just give a nice finesse, you know. Chester Thompson isn't a big, hard-hitting drummer. He just does a little finesse and a little... I really like his drumming. And so this is one of my favorite things of the year. It's got more of, I feel like more of a jazzy edge to the Neil Morris. But yeah, it's just a great album. It's one of my favorites of the year. So it's Cosmic Cathedral. The lyrics definitely are you know, Christian based because they're all Christians in the band. Chester has been a Christian for a long time, and all the other guys. Of course, Phil Keaggy has always had a big career in the Christian music industry. But yeah, and of course Neil's a Christian. We all know that. So they got the lyric sheet in here, and they got it's a double album. Great album. I really love it. Of course, there are some long songs on here, but there's a lot of shorter songs too. So great album, Cosmic Cathedral. The name of the album is Deep Water. So that's a great album. Another one I have here is the 77s. Haven't heard much about this. This is like a Kickstarter, but they are selling it on I think it's on 77s.com. It might be there, or it's on their Bandcamp page, 77s Bandcamp. I think they're reselling. I mean, I didn't get this through the Kickstarter. I bought it later, so it must be still available. So 77 7. It's called 7 because there's 7 songs on here. So there's the band. The band, I believe, still has Mark Harmon in it. Michael Rowe, of course, with the 77s. You got Michael Rowe, Mark Harmon, I think Bruce Spencer. I think that's the band right now, the 3-piece band. But I think this is really good. You know, it sounds very similar to 77s. You know, there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of 70s nostalgia on here, but there's also a lot of 90s alternative on here. Kind of a combination of those things, a little bit of 80s. But it's just got good rock and roll, man. It's got some great licks on here. Saddle Up, I really like Saddle Up, and you know, Be Still and Hand to God. I mean, they're all good songs. It's a good album. So this is the 77s with Michael Rowe, of course, who always puts out quality music and a great producer. The album looks awesome. I think they had a couple different things you could choose from with the vinyl. That's the one I got. So yeah, it is a Christian band, but anybody could listen to it. It really isn't any kind of pushy lyrics. It's relationships and things like that. So great album. Next one is the last one I'm going to show. Of course, is Dream Theater. Dream Theater. I think it was the beginning of this year. It came out with Parasomnia, which is a album that talks about sleep and nightmares and dreams and all that sort of thing. So it's kind of a concept album. First album back with Mike Portnoy, who was away for a while, and he was the drummer that did so much with the band, and then he left and went on all these other projects, and then he came back years and years later. So this is the first project with Mike Portnoy back. Of course, you got all the other great guys in there. John Petrucci, one of the greatest guitarists ever. James LaBrie singing, and Jordan Rudess, and of course John Mayung on bass. This is a great package, though. The art in here is just all amazing. It's 2 albums. They got booklets, and they just got great artwork everywhere. So yeah, great booklet, great artwork. I heard the tours have been amazing. This is the clear. You can probably get it in other stuff if you got it already. But I believe this came out in 2025. There's also a live album for this that came out not too long ago. So that's one of my favorites of the year. Always liked Dream Theater, and some people were disappointed with this album. I thought it sounded great. I don't know what you're expecting from Dream Theater, but so those are the ones I liked for 2025. Thanks for joining me. In the comments, just let me know what you think of these albums, or if you've ever heard them, or if you'd like to check them out. I think a lot of them are available for streaming. With the 77s album, you can get it on CD too. If you get the CD, I think you get more songs. There's only 7 songs on the vinyl. With the CD for the 77s, I think you get like 9 or 10 or something. So if you want to do that. In Cosmic Cathedral, you can get online. You get all these pretty easily if you look them up. So I'm Marty. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Puddleglum's Music Collection. I don't have a lot of people on my page as members, so if you want to go down and click something to say, hey, I'm going to watch your stuff, that'd be great. I don't see that stuff as real important to me, but some people do. So I'm just glad that you could be with me today and take a look at what I have. You have a great day. And a Happy New Year, because it is New Year's Eve. Woohoo! I'm going to get ready to go up north. So that's what I'm doing today. You have a good day. Bye.